Tension is rising across Europe, and this time it's not happening on the battlefield. It's unfolding behind closed diplomatic doors. According to a new report from Politico Europe, the United States is keeping the EU in the dark as it develops a confidential peace proposal aimed at ending the conflict in Ukraine. One EU diplomat, speaking anonymously, called the situation unprecedented from a diplomatic point of view. His message was blunt. None of us have that information. For Europe, that admission is nothing short of alarming. Earlier this month, Washington began working on a new peace framework, a document that, according to leaked versions cited by multiple outlets, includes 28 points. Those points reportedly describe a vision where Ukraine would renounce future NATO membership and give up claims to Crimea, Luhansk, and Donetsk, territories currently controlled by Russia. The leak sent shockwaves through European capitals. The moment the contents hit the press, several EU member states, along with the UK, rushed to publish their own counterproposal. But Moscow rejected the EU's version outright, calling it completely unconstructive. And now, the mystery deepens. Politico Europe reports that the latest draft of the U.S. peace roadmap is being treated as a closely kept secret, guarded tightly to avoid yet another leak. EU officials, even at senior levels, say they've been given no access to the document. Another outlet, The Telegraph, echoed this in its own reporting last week, stating that the EU has been largely kept in the dark about the details of the deal. European frustration is rising, and it led to one key moment.
It is in our all interest that this war ends, but how it ends also matters. In the last 100 years, Russia has attacked more than 19 countries, some as many as 3 or 4 times. None of these countries has ever attacked Russia. There are rarely wars where the situation is so clear-cut. Here we have one aggressor and one victim. We need the widest international coalition pushing back against the Russian aggressor, and I call on the members of the UFM to support this. If aggression pays off somewhere, it is an invitation to use it elsewhere. This is in no one's interest. For nearly 4 years, Europeans have faced the biggest war on our continent since 1945. I'm often asked why we are so fixated on Russia's war against Ukraine when there are so many wars and conflicts affecting us all ongoing today, especially in the Middle East. But the answer is very simple. Russia's war in Ukraine is an existential threat. If Putin is not stopped, he will not stop. Truth to be told, unchecked aggression only breeds more aggression. We all face a more dangerous and complex world than most of us have known in our lifetimes, where international rules and norms are being trampled everywhere.
The diplomatic storm hasn't gone unnoticed in Moscow. Speaking to the France-Russia Dialogue Association, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov argued that Western governments, particularly in Europe, created their own dilemma. According to Lavrov, the EU leadership bet heavily on using what he described as the regime in Kyiv as a proxy in an attempt to achieve a strategic defeat against Russia. Lavrov's message was that Europe's influence has crumbled, and now nobody is listening to its proposals. Then, on Thursday, Russian President Vladimir Putin weighed in with a statement of his own. Putin said Russia is prepared to offer the EU written security guarantees, assurances that Moscow has no intention of attacking the bloc. He dismissed fears of Russian aggression against Western neighbors as nonsense, complete lies. The revelations paint a dramatic picture. Washington crafting a peace plan in secrecy, Europe scrambling to react, leaks triggering panic inside EU institutions, and Moscow seizing the moment to present itself as the only side offering clarity. As diplomats search for a path forward, one reality is becoming harder to ignore. The Western front on Ukraine isn't unified. It's fracturing. And with the stakes higher than ever, every move in this evolving diplomatic chess match could shape the future of Europe for decades to come.